At high points, you'll have to go all the way here to light up a cigarette.
But at Elon, a puff of smoke is only 30 feet away.
By cleaning up these yards and houses, these high schoolers are proving that it's a small act of kindness, but it can make a huge difference. Airport officials say that new technology will help streamline flight coordination, just like how this moving walkway helps passengers get to their gate on time. With the water levels as high as they are right now, it doesn't matter if you're 200 pounds like me or several thousand like a car. You can easily get swept up in the rushing water. With the price of ammo on the rise, police departments and hunters are turning to alternatives, like reloaded rounds. As corn farmer Adam Watson finishes selling last year's crop, he now has to look towards current planting.
Our corn yield, we definitely think, is going to be down. Somewhere we're really, if we make 180 bushel corn, we're going to be thrilled.
We'd like to see corn up, chest high probably by about this time. In some years we've even had corn starting to show tassels by the week of 4th of July. So we are definitely behind normal.
Corn experts say the wet season so far has not been good for the crops.
Weather. It's been a very abnormal year.
We have started with way too much rain. The crops need rain and they need warmth and sunshine as well.
Stalk heights are all over the place. Some are up to my neck, others like these are up to my knee. And while there's very little anyone can do now, some farmers might want to get ready for next year.
Most of them really have had some type of drainage, either ditches or tile put in to make them more farmable. And it may be that we need to repair those tile, that they're broken.
Tile does pay for itself, and having proper drainage out there is very, very beneficial.
But Watson says some flooding can't be avoided.
A lot of it really has to do with the level of the river. And if the river's up, it's not going to drain near as fast. The fields aren't going to drain near as fast because that's where all this water ends up.
A successful season is possible, though, as long as the weather is conducive.
The best possibility is that we have basically a nice weekly shower of ½ inch to 3/4 inch of rain, followed by periods of cool but sunny weather.
Bowman says that even with the good yield, corn prices will be about the same, but a poor harvest across the Corn Belt would mean higher prices at the grocery store.
Yeah. Ed Marsh's journey was longer than most.
Edward Lindsay Marsh.
I mean, there's so many emotions running at that time. He just handed me the thing that I've wanted for 60+ years.
But it wasn't a traditional path to a diploma. Elon students probably don't recognize him from the class, but from the grass. Marsh is a groundskeeper. By keeping Elon beautiful, he can take classes for free to become what he really wants to be, a preacher.
I joke and I say, this is what I want to be when I grow up. But it took me about 50 years to grow up.
Ed works full-time for Elon's landscaping department. But what makes a man go from mowing the lawns of Elon to sowing the Word of God?
I want to take the Word of God and somehow inspire others.
He just has a very down-to-earth, low-key approach to life.
You're giving everything up.
But Marsh's road to being a religious leader was not easy.
1982, when I got my first call. See, I say it was a little lack of trust and faith on my part.
And more than 20 years later, he's still on that road.
Life is a journey, and what you do with it is your responsibility.
Now it's his responsibility to help others along their journey. In Gibsonville, Kevin Kline, Phoenix14News, tonight.
And these top two ones were definitely stuck. And then if you peer down right there was two near the opening. And you can see the street there. And so I figured that's how they crawled in. But I don't know. They were a pain to get out though, that's for sure.
When senior Banna Copty returned to Elon this year, she didn't expect to find a car full of cats.
I opened the hood and there's 4 kittens inside, around the engine, just they were looked like they were stuck, and they were all in funny positions, and they were just looking at me meowing.
Stray cats are nothing new for Burlington Animal Services Supervisor Tammy Penley.
Really, we are not at a shortage of animals. If you walk through our facility, we have puppies, we have kittens.
Penley says more than 2,300 stray cats entered the animal shelter in 2007, and the number of cats on the street is growing.
But Penley warns that feeding strays may make the problem worse.
If you feed them, you're going to keep more of them in your area. Then they're also, if they're eating and they're happy, they're going to be breeding.
Glenda Robertson says she does not feed the stray cats behind Skid's restaurant in Elon, but she does provide them with blankets and shelter.
I don't want them to get cold. You know, in the winter when it's cold, that's all they had. And they stayed under there.
Robertson says as long as people continue to abandon cats, she will continue to help them.
If you don't want to keep an animal and you don't want to take care of it, don't get it. Don't purchase it. Let somebody else take care of it.
And from now on, Compty will keep an eye out for kitten-caused car troubles.
I don't think they've come back since then, but every once in a while I check under my car whenever I see kittens around because I'm just really paranoid.